Alright traders, I will be starting the show in about 4 minutes. So sit back and enjoy. I'm just going to invite everybody on the groups to join us. It's going to be a great show. Right. Right. Okay. What do we have here? How are you, Aline? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing fine. I sure am. Hi, Romel. How are you? So we will be starting in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hello, Wilbert, Claudius. How are you, mate? I'm fine, thank you, Alan. Amir, how are you? How is everybody doing? We will be starting in about a minute and a half or so. I'm fine, thank you, Kramal. Jill, I'm gonna call you Jill. So today we had, I'm fine, thank you. Alex, right? When we got short, for example, GBP yen, what does it mean to GBP USD and USD Japanese yen? Well, listen, I'm going to explain my rationale behind that one because that is a Japanese yen driven trade, right? It's not a US dollar driven trade. It's not a. The average R on our trades about a 1 to 8 or so. It's about a 1 to 8. Okay, so how is everybody doing? I finally did. I told you I was going to remember your name. I am going to start the show right now. Boom. How is everybody doing? If everybody can see my screen, just type yes on the chat. And we will be starting. We will be starting now, right? Cool. So I think everybody can see my screen. So we are 30 minutes away from the market open, so we're going to take it a little bit easy for the time being. Just look around the market to see what's going on. Kevin Schmucker, how are you? Yeah, we are going to maybe take a trade or so. All right, so GBP CAD, right? We had that Canadian GDP month over month with a forecast of 0.7% growth versus a minus 0.3% on the previous month. So that's a big beat versus versus last month GDP growth. And you know that that reaction on the Canadian dollar was completely absurd, right? In the sense that the Canadian dollar dipped. So let's have a look at the US dollar CAD, right? Let's have a look at the US dollar CAD. And let's have a look at the 50-minute chart on the US dollar CAD. The US dollar CAD, as you can see, after that GDP, right? After that GDP news, the Canadian dollar started to dip. This means that the US dollar Canadian dollar started to rally. And also the GBP CAD, right? Also the GBP CAD. But I'm still holding those GBP CAD shorts, mate. Because, just have a look at that weekly pivot where it's trading right now. It's a little bit choppy, and I think that that is an overextension, right? Not an overextension, what I'm talking about. That dip on the Canadian dollar is just, the rally before the drop, in my opinion. My stop losses are below yesterday's highs, which is a very nice place to have your stop losses, because if price breaks with what seems to be a bearish structure, I want to be out of that trade. So let's have a look at the chat. Orlando, in July, most of the trades lose money. On August, but we don't. Orlando, always Orlando, -5 in August. We have to recover soon. Yeah, I mean, I myself on a bit of a drawdown. I don't know about you, I just post my trades to give you an idea what I'm doing. It's up to you if you want to follow or not. But, drawdowns are completely and utterly normal when it comes to trading, I mean, that's why that's why I not only send my analysis, but my trades too, because if it makes sense to you, right, you can go ahead and copy them. And if it doesn't make sense to you, well, just don't copy them, right? So the Canadian dollar, as you can see, had a little bit of a drop after that GDP news. It's not a big news on the Canadian dollar, but we are going to see. Yeah, we are still. Hi, Leon. I know, Giovanni. I know it was a joke. Don't worry about it, mate. But I'm just making it clear for everybody. How are you, Leon? Of course, we are still up, mate. This is something that's really interesting for me, right? The Aussie CAD, right? The Aussie CAD, another Canadian dollar currency pair that suffered a minor drop on the CAD, of course, on that GDP. And again, retesting last week's highs, retesting yesterday's highs, looking very bearish at the moment, right? Again, I'm not gonna touch this. No, I don't want to be out of the GBP CAD. All right, I'll show you the GBP CAD again. I don't want to be out of the GBP CAD, right? Let's go to the 2-hour chart on the GBP CAD, and I'm going to thicken this out for you guys. So, and I'm actually going to change the color on my weekly pivot. Hold on, because I need something like red, right? Red should go. No, I hate red on my chart. Green. Cool. So the weekly pivot, price is rejecting the weekly pivot. After that, after the GDP, the Canadian dollar dropped, right? And that was a little bit weird of a reaction after a good GDP data drop, right? But that might just be a big money drop in price to get in a little lower on the Canadian dollar. But again, we have that weekly pivot as a zone of resistance. I have my stops above yesterday's highs. If price breaks with yesterday's highs, I do want to be out, because it would mean that this flag formation that I'm playing has failed. Do you do investment? Can I invest money and get profit? Yeah, we do have a managed account. When you're done, when you're done, could you finish USD CAD, please? Yes, sure. Same story about the USD CAD, mate. The difference between the USD, all right. So, yeah, the difference between the USD CAD is that I do believe that if this, if price goes, if price rallies from these lows on the USD CAD, that is going to be very US dollar driven. But if we look at the US dollar right now, well, the US dollar is looking like it's about to do some kind of a corrective move, right? We don't know what's going to happen, okay? But we remain bearish on the US dollar. That's why I'm still holding my US dollar Mexican peso short. By no means I am going to buy into any weakness. But all right, so having said that, the US dollar, Canadian dollar, what I like about this market is, I'm just talking technicals, not saying that I'm going to take a trade anytime soon here. But what I do like about this market is that this zone is holding pretty well. Now, having said that, we have printed a new weekly low, right? And this parabolic move, right, on the Canadian dollar, because this, if you look at all the Canadian dollar pairs, they do have that parabolic move. And the reason that I chose the GBP CAD also is because of this rejection to the previous base, and of course that breakout. The Canadian dollar doesn't say much to me. Because I am long the Canadian dollar, or bullish the Canadian dollar, I wouldn't want to buy into this market. Also because I am bearish on the US dollar. So if it rallies good, right, for everybody that is long. But to me it doesn't make sense. So I'm not gonna do that. Aluco, just email support, mate. They'll give you all the information necessary. Right, so let's see. Amir, hello, question. When we are short, for example, pound yen, what is the correlation between the pound US dollar and US dollar Japanese yen? Right, so I was going to talk about that, right? So I am not sure the pound yen yet. I have a sell stop below yesterday's lows on the pound yen, right? I'm not sure the pound yen by no means. But the reason that I put on a sell stop below yesterday's lows on the pound yen is because of this. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. It's because of this. The Japanese yen basket. This is FXEM Japanese yen basket. Is rejecting a massive level, right? I am still bullish the Japanese yen, whilst we are still printing tons of money on the US. Or not we, but the Fed, the Federal Reserve keeps on printing money, right? The Japanese yen is a safe haven when risk is off. And what I'm looking at is a possible, breakout to the upside. Actually, I hit this. This is the thing that I want to do here. Right, a possible breakout to the upside, right? I was looking at this past 4-hour candle and how it closed, right? Just rejecting these previous highs, this previous base, right? A very key level. So I'm preparing myself for a possible Japanese yen rally, right? So my GBP Japanese yen short or possible short is not pound driven trade. This is a Japanese yen driven trade. So the correlation between the GBP yen and the US dollar yen is 100% positive, but not with the GBP US dollar, because this would be a Japanese yen trade, not a GBP based trade, for example. Right now we are seeing some rejection out of the pound, right? So if the pound continues to fall, right, that would be if the pound continues to fall, right, and the yen starts to rally, that would be extremely bearish for the pound yen. So I'm just preparing for a possible bearish scenario on this market, mate. That's exactly what I'm doing. It has been very, very, very choppy this entire week, but I am still waiting for that. You know, I'm waiting for that breakout. Um, right. We are 20 minutes away from the New York Open, so why don't we go ahead and just have a look at everything. Everything? Everything. Gold, nothing to do with metals, right? Gold. So hold on, I need to manage some trades that I do have running in gold. Well, that's fine. Chart. Big drop in gold, a big drop in gold. So if gold drops even further, I am going to close my. I'm still holding buys from this level, but if gold, doesn't reject. Well, I'm gonna show you actually the hourly chart because we might get here something good, right? So big drop here in gold, making it a nice ABC pattern, possible ABC pattern. Let's do some calculated moves on those waves, right? If we are at the 161.8 of the ABC, let's have a look at that. So that's the 161.8 because I'm looking at a possible ABC, right? This should be around the 71.6, right? 76.4, I'm sorry, exactly a 76.4, 61.8, 76.4, the 161.8 all the way down here, and maybe we are in an ABC move here, and in an ABC pullback, but only if this level gets rejected clearly, right? So to have a look at that, actually I'm going to move my stops to break even on this one because just to protect myself. I'll show you the actual trade. Kind of blows, but that's how the way it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. Right, hold on. That's just how it goes sometimes, mate. Right, so I have this buy in gold. I'm going to move my stops to break even because I don't want to lose money on this trade. This is the insert shapes rectangle. Yeah, this is basically the zone that I'm looking for a rejection. Now, if price continues to move down, I want to be out of this trade, and sadly, because I'm interested in more upside in metals, but if price continues to drop, I don't want to lose money on this trade. But if we get a rejection, right, of the weekly pivot, and this is what's cool about this, right? Because one, we do have some kind of a bullish divergence here with these highs. This is not, I'm sorry, with these lows. This is not a new low, actually. This is still not a new low. We need that rejection out of this zone in order for us to consider this new low, right? Yeah, we are still not out of the waters on this move to the downside. That's fine. Right. So having said that, mates, having said that, we're going to stay very, very closely. We're going to look very closely at this move, right? Because if we do reject this zone, it would be, or it's going to be, this is the entire zone I'm looking at, right? Hold on. I'm going to show you. This is the entire zone that I'm looking at. The weekly pivot zone, right? That green weekly pivot. This could be the end of the ABC move. And if this is the end of the ABC move, let's have a look at those calculated targets that might be in play. I don't know if this is a true ABC because of its formation, right? But why don't we go ahead and let's have a look at this, right? So this, and we're going to clone this, something like this. This is the flag that I'm looking at, something like this. Let's calculate targets to the upside. Should this flag, be in play, right? Let's do a little bit of a cheat with those Fibonacci's. And we could be looking at a move towards the 136, at least from the lows of the flag. Let's let's wait and see what happens, right? Let's wait and see what happens. So any questions about that? Any questions about that? We are 15 minutes away from the market open. The pound, US dollar is dropping. US dollar Mexican peso. My US dollar Mexican peso is back to break even. This is my trade. I'm still holding this trade. This is a very, very strong area. And the US dollar Mexican peso is just a market that moves a lot. It moves, and it moves, it moves big time. You have to be patient. You have to learn how to hold on to this trade, mostly on the US dollar Mexican peso. Now we have a US dollar rally at the moment, which is going against us because we are short the US dollar, but that's fine. We need to wait and see what happens, right? We do have Chicago PMIs, and CB, consumer confidence out of the US. This could be the bearish push that we need, or the bad data that we need, but I don't focus myself on that. I just don't do that. Okay, so any questions? Oh boy. Sure, US dollar, Japanese yen. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been up since 1 a.m. Yeah, I have nothing on the US dollar, Japanese yen. This is horrible. It sucks completely. Just look at this. There's no direction in this market. It just sucks. I have no opinion on this, mate. Zero. Absolutely zero. Right, so the euro versus the Swiss franc, I'm still long the euro versus the Swiss franc, and actually I bought here at the breakout and a little bit lower here too. Still very long. This is a very long-term trade on this market, and looking to add here at this, around these areas. Let me show you actually, because that could be actually something that we get involved in, but to be completely honest, it's quite speculative in the sense that if it, no, actually, I'm just gonna show you my trade, and just to make time until the market opens. All right, so crude oil, no, you are sharp. That's so. This is my trade. Right, so this is my trade. Let's put on the daily time frames. Well, 4 hours fine. So this is my trade. My stops are still at full risk. I'm riding these two positions. My first target, it's all the way up here, targeting what? 210 pips, which sounds feasible, but in summer trading. It's quite difficult, But yeah, if you look at the daily in this market, we had a bounce of a very, very strong level. The last time that we were here, price moved up. No, that's 3,000 pips, not 300 pips. Or I don't know, whatever. But you understand, right? We are still inside of a bearish move, right? Of a bearish structure. But if we break with these highs, then game is over for those bears that are keeping me from making tons of money. Right, so that's that. Is the Learn to Trade VIP only group you get when you buy Forex signals? Well, if you buy the VIP package, yeah, that's it. You can also buy the package for the swing trading group or the crypto trading group. There's a ton of stuff that you can buy. Right, so we're 10 minutes away from the New York Open. Let's see what the GBP CAD is doing. GBP Aussie, GBP Yen. The US dollar Mexican peso bouncing from our entry. Euro GBP. Look at you have to, I don't communicate with anybody I'm sorry about that. If you want information, just email support. It's easy as that. And the reason we do that is because there's a lot of scammers out there that say that they are with us, but they're not. So you are never going to get any communication out of me or anybody on the team other than with the email support. So yeah, just do that, mate. Right. Euro GBP. I'm still holding buys on the. I'm still holding buys on the Euro GBP. What a waste of what, Matthew? I think I'm gonna close these buys that I do have on the Euro GBP. If it fails to go higher, I mean, this is my trade. I mean, I send this trade to the VIP team, and we actually closed it here. I'm still holding my buys, but I'm thinking of closing them because current price action just sucks. Even though we broke with last week's highs and the prior week's highs, this could be just a fake out. So right now I am definitely going to close those Euro GBPs at the moment. Yep, I don't like price action at the moment, so that's a 1% gain, and boom. This trade has been closed. I'm still holding that Euro Swiss franc, right? But that's about it. So I'm no longer in a trade here. What else? We have 8 minutes away from the New York Open. What can we do? But wait, right? Let's have a look at the DXY very quickly. 50 minutes. We saw that rally on the DXY right here, just to retest yesterday's lows, right, and last week's lows. That's going to be a very hard level for bulls to break through, more so because of the super bearish structure in the short term that we are riding at the moment. Right here. All right. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Let's have a look at gold. Wow, gold might that little flaggy flag that we were talking about might play out, right? Little gold. Little did you know that you were making an ABC pullback, right? So let's wait and see what happens. Still holding on to that buy in gold until the market says otherwise, but yeah. US 30, oh wow, it's a good thing that I closed my US 30s yesterday. So again, weekly pivot. I mean, what I don't like about this market, mate, is that we are very, very close to this. I think that this is all-time highs. I do reckon, yeah. Very close to all-time highs, and if you look at this is a massive zone of sellers, if a breakout happens, it's going to be a very strong breakout. Of course, that is going to be a super strong breakout, right? But that is a big if, mate. That is a big if. Trading on wishful thinking, right, on big ifs, it's not the way to go. Here what I would want to see, just a breakout, a retest of the 3560 or the all-time highs or whatever, let's go to a 4-hour chart to watch it, to watch it better. So what I would want is a breakout here and a retest of this level for me to buy into, but I am not a fan of buying all-time highs or retest of all-time highs. I'm just not, so for right now, there's no play for me in equities. I'm waiting for a deep pullback actually in equities before I pull the trigger again. This long that I had on the Dow, I'm sorry, was a long that I took on the end of the Jackson Hole Symposium last Friday. But you know, momentum just failed to break with this level, so I decided to just close it at these highs yesterday's, and as you can see, that was a good decision because damn it, sellers are strong there, mate. So it's my opinion that it's my opinion that right now there is there's not good way to buy into anything at the moment. U.S. equities wise, right? I would want. All right, so let's look at some scenarios, possible scenarios here on the S&P 500. I would love to buy, right, a retest of the 44.40 level. That's not gonna happen though, you know. We just need, I just need to wait for structure to develop so I can see another deep pull, but just like this, or just like this, or just like this, you know. When I see that, I will be ready to pull the trigger, but not before, you know. This is just not good enough for me. Gold, 50-minute chart. There it goes. Just stop hunting those weak longs, you know, trapping bears. That's what it does. It's this little bastard. So the yen looking strong, and the DXY. I mean, let's just wait for the market to open. We are less than 3 minutes away, 2.5 minutes away. GBP CAD. I mean, looking strong. We might get stopped out here, but that's fine. I mean, it sucks, but you know, what can you do? Because I mean, closing right now, to me, I don't do that, you know. I don't do that because it completely ruins my risk profile for the future, you know. That's why I also don't don't close my trades early, because it ruins my risk profile for the future, in the sense that the R's of my trades are not going to be good, and my profitability is going to be down, you know. So if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. If not, that's good too, because the rationale behind this trade is still valid unless price breaks with these highs. That's my opinion, and that's the way I'm managing that trade. You absolutely can do whatever you want. We are 1.5 minutes away till the casino opens, so let's wait and see what happens, right? Oh boy. US dollar, Mexican peso, dipping from my entry. That's awesome. The pound, US dollar. Wow, that's a big rally. That's good. That's very good. The pound rallying. Well, you know, that's good for our pound long, but you know, the Canadian dollar is not our friend at the moment. The pound, my GBP yen, I don't think they're gonna get triggered. If yeah, let's go to the hourly. I don't think this is going to get triggered to the downside, but that's fine. You know, that's completely fine. And that, my friends, depends on this market here. So 40 seconds away until the market opens. Let's wait and see. Right, let's wait and see. Let's have a look at the DXY when the market opens, because that's the market. Or gold, you know. Wow, that's a big wick in gold. That's right. That was an ABC, right? An ABC pullback to the tick. But let's see what happens, right? We are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so the market just opened. Gold is pushing higher. The DXY practically even. The Japanese yen mates about to push higher. Gold is the one that I want to watch on the lower time frames. Let's go to the 15-minute. I mean, that's a big pullback. You know, let's see if buyers continue to push price up. It seems like they are at the moment. Yeah, it's possible that we're going to break with the B, wave, right? If price breaks with the B wave, well, that is what bulls are going to. I'm sorry, I was looking at my other screen. If price breaks with a B wave, then this pullback structure would be in play, and price would be rallying at least to the what did I call the 1836 level or so. So let's wait and see what happens, right? The DXY, pretty even the DXY mates. So we're going to wait and see what happens here. The Japanese yen looking like it's pushing up, as you can see here. Looking like it's pushing up on this 50-minute candle. We need to wait and see what happens, of course. Gold again. And again, there's pretty low volume during this week, so you're going to have patience on your trades. It's the end of summer trading. Thank God. Traders are the only people that really look forward for the first week of September. When summer is over, because volume comes back to the market, whilst everybody else is sad because summer is gone. Yeah. Right, so I'm sorry about that. CAD yen, what happened here? Hold on. All right, CAD yen moving to the downside. Let's have a look at the hourly on the CAD yens. Oh, all right. Yeah, CAD yen, nothing to do. Aussie yen, nothing to do. Euro yen. I'm having problems with my connection, I think. So can you please hold, guys? I will be right back, and you just need to reboot this. So please hold. All right, I'm back. I am back. Thank you for patiently waiting. So we were talking about the euro yen, and there's nothing to do here on the euro yen other than well, actually, let me tell you what I think about the euro yen. Possible pullbacks to these previous highs could be very bullish if in fact they hold. But that, my friends, is something that depends on how the Japanese yen is going to be trading today. So gold, again, people asking me about gold. That's a beautiful 1-hour candle right on gold. I hope some of you are paying attention to those technicals that we were discussing earlier, and a possible ABC pullback to those levels with a rejection and a bearish continuation. How about now? Yeah. So I hope everybody was paying attention on the possible pullback to that weekly pivot. As you can see, buys on the breakout were too premature in the sense that this ABC structure needed to happen. Striping all weak buyers with their stops below the A wave. That's a big stop hunt. Yes, still that trade is still active. Yeah, get trick. So that's a pretty nice continuation in gold. I'm still holding on to that trade myself. My buys in gold are rocking. I got in at 1792, so around this. Oh yeah, on this pullback. I already did, mate, on the GBP CAD. Did you just join? I mean, either we get stopped out or not. I'll go through it again. It's not either we get stopped out or not. The thing is this, right? I was looking at the possibility of, well, I was looking at this for my first of all, and that was a big beat on GDP growth out of Canada, right? That supposedly should be bullish for the Canadian dollar, which in fact was not, because Canadian pairs just rallied, right? When the GBP CAD or the USD CAD rallies, that means that the Canadian dollar is crashing, which is weird because there was a big growth in GDP, right, out of Canada. You can see here also the rally on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. You can see the rally on the Aussie US dollar, Aussie Canadian dollar. No, that's a Euro Aussie. On the Euro CAD, etc. All the Canadian pairs just dropped against majors, right? So what I'm doing here, I'm just holding on to that trade because that was quite bizarre of a reaction, and I'm not gonna close my trade here because that would be panic selling or panic closing, and price is still being held by that structure. So it's very plausible that I'm going to get stopped out. But if I close my trade here, I would be ruining my system's profitability in the long term. So, but you can do whatever you want to do, right? I'm holding. Yeah. So we're talking about gold, right? So if you just joined us. Before the market opened, I was looking at the 50-minute chart in gold, and I was looking at this dip right here. And I told everybody that I was still long gold, and still am, but that it seems to me that gold needed to move one leg down or one leg lower before continuing higher. You know why? Because it looked like it was pulling back inside of an ABC flag, and it hadn't hit that C wave, the bottom of that C wave at the 161.8 of the AB wave, right? And of course, we are still now not out of the water yet. We are still not out of the water because we are still inside of this pullback mode or pullback structure. So if price breaks with the top of the B wave, it's pretty plausible that we're going to be running at least to the 1836, which is the 161.8 of the flag. At least, right? At least. No, I am not, mate. I am not short the pound yen. I am not short the pound yen. I have a sell stop on the pound yen, but I haven't deleted it. It's still there. So that's gold. Gold is pretty cool. I was going to buy at market here at the 1802, but it seemed a little bit speculative in the sense that it was very close to my entry too. So I'm fine with holding on to that one, that long one. This formation is looking very good. If you like, if you want to learn more about pullback formations, how to play them, how to trade them, we can do that too, but not today. But you should study, ratios and. So it's. I can't say that gold is going to go up. No one knows, mate. But I have a long position in gold. That I can show you. Yeah, what the only thing I can do, mate, is just show you what I'm currently involved in, and this shit. What the hell is this? Hold on. Time frames, 1 hour, right? So this is what I'm involved in. I'm long gold. Have a quarter of a lot long gold. My stops are break even. Pretty happy. The chef. The Swiss franc yen, I don't trade that, mate, but yeah, sure. Let's have a look. What do you want to trade there, the Swiss franc or the Japanese yen? First of all, answer me that question because it's important. It's important that I understand what you want why you want to look at that market? You know, do you want to trade the Japanese yen or do you want to trade the Swiss franc with that market? Yeah, I mean, no, I never, yeah, I never increase my stop losses. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out, and for example, on this GBP CAD, I mean, it's very plausible that I'm going to get stopped out, but I'm not going to. I'm not. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do this. Because that, my friend, just look at the risk to reward now, and I would be increasing my risk by 2. So no, I don't play with that. Plan the trade and trade the plan. That's it. If you're in a drawdown, you are in a drawdown. Just swallow it. Go back and like myself right now, I am in a drawdown, right? Which is fine. I have been in drawdowns tons of times in my life. You have to look at the long term, and I am long term profitable. So what I do in periods of drawdowns is I trade less. I take profits faster, which is not something that you should be doing. Yeah, sure, Jackson. I'll watch it now. Just and you have to study your back trades, the trades that you've entered. So the Swiss franc versus the Japanese yen. This is something that to me is very weird to trade. I just don't see it. Why? Wow, this sucks. So this market has been in a range, a horrible range for the entire summer. Yeah. Let's have a look for the entire summer. I'm sorry. Yeah, for 75 days we have been in a fucking range. So I don't know your trading system, right? I don't know why you're short. I don't know your target, your stop losses, etc. But what I can tell you about this, that I just wouldn't trade this market. I don't trade ranges. I don't trade ranges. I trade trending markets, which is why during summer trading, sometimes I break even or a little less because there's no volume in the market, and for me it's a little bit harder to trade because I don't trade ranges. But yeah, but right here, I don't know, mate. I don't know where you started your short. I don't know if you're short from here and you ate all of this pullback. I don't know. But yeah, I don't see anything here. All right, so I'm about to get stopped out of my pound Canadian dollar long short. That's a shame, but it is what it is, right? So that's fine. Pound yen looking very strong, so I will be deleting this pound short, this order right now. My pound yen. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold that. But it's pretty obvious that if we break with the highs, I will be deleting it. What do you use to identify the volatility of market? The average ranges, the average range of the average weekly ranges. For example, this last week the range on the pound yen was just 230 pips. When sometimes these can be, or the 400 pips. You just have to know the markets that you trade very well. Okay. So we are about to get. I'm sorry. We are about to get the consumer confidence out of the U.S. and no, the Chicago PMI. Right. So let's have a look at that. Should be out now. Disappointing PMI. Super disappointing PMIs, mate. Super disappointing PMIs. This should be bearish for the US dollar. Let's hope, right? Yep. Look at that. Look at this candle on the US dollar. Just a retest just a retest back of those previous broken lows, right? Very, very, very bad Chicago PMI numbers, and you should follow PMI numbers very closely. It's a very interesting data to gauge how the economic activity is at one moment in any country, right? If you don't know what PMIs are, those are the purchasing managers' orders, and those numbers are very important because an increase in orders by the industry's purchasing managers means that the industry is looking at a growth in economic activity because they are planning on producing more, etc. So those numbers are important. And right now we had some a beat. I mean, it's higher than expected, but still very much lower than last month. So that should be again very, very bearish for the USD. We also have in 15 minutes the consumer confidence numbers. Okay, so I just got stopped out of my GBP CAD short. Yeah, right. So I'll update the VIPs in a second. Yeah, Giovanni, I got stopped out myself too. Oh. So why don't we wait for the consumer confidence out of the U.S. and let's see what happens. Right, so CAD yen, I already did the CAD yen, but let's have a look. Just a second, please. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. All right, so the CAD yen, I'm back, people. Well, the CAD yen forward chart. Still trading. The CAD yen is still trading in a no trade range for me. Everything that is rangy for me is a no trade zone. Now, I would be interested in actually shorting this currency pair at the break of the weekly pivot and the break of this was what? I don't know. Should be some kind of a low. Hold on. This is August 26th, so that's last third day's lows. So this this would be my idea, and the reason that I would wait, and I'm actually going to be waiting for that, given the fact that the Canadian dollar is dropping, and the reason that I would wait for this low to break is because of the last time that the CAD yen dropped, right? It broke with the previous lows, right? So sell stops were activated here, but again, it was a fake out, and eventually shorts that were activated here just ate up a strong pullback. So in my opinion, aggressive entries of course are at the highs, but I would enter at the break of the 86.60 or so, something like this. Yes, GBP CAD closed at a loss for me. All right, so we have the consumer confidence in about 10 minutes. So why don't we just go ahead and wait for that? US dollar Mexican peso still very much, it's still very much in play for me. I'm gonna hold that trade. The pound yen, I haven't deleted my sell stop on the pound yen, and I don't think I'm going to. until and only if I'm sorry, if we break with these highs or the I'm sorry, the 151.73 or so. Right. Very little volume here, but let's wait for that consumer confidence numbers. Hi, Chenta, how are you? Let's just remind everybody that I'm still live. The U.S. consumer confidence. All right, so all right. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Right, crude oil. Why don't we have a look at crude oil? Right, if you watch my I don't know if you watch my video on crude oil today, but this is what I was looking at on that market. This is what I'm looking at, right? This is a very, very thick zone. I am not short whatsoever in this market at all, right? This is a very thick area. So if we look at historic price action, this is a zone that buyers were protecting very strongly, right? This is a previous base, and again, after this, what seems to be just a flash crash or of some sort, again, buyers were positioned here. Now, when sellers took control of this market is when price broke with this previous base and clearly held below that base. The last time that we were trading at these levels, price on the WTI dropped about 11.29% from high to low, right? Of course, that prices have erased all those losses, and we are trading again at these highs. Now, we are still very much in an immediate bullish structure in this market. Hey, you saw my video on Instagram? Well, thank you. VIP only group you get when you buy Forex signals? Yes, Dekis. I think I already answered that question for you. So I was saying the immediate structure in this market and the very short term, actually why don't we go ahead and look at the hourly, is still bullish, printing higher highs and higher lows, or vice versa, right? So to me the make it or break it level should be the 67 level, right, or these lows. Now if price breaks with these lows and the weekly pivot retests back this 67 level, then all bets are off for longs. And yes, all bets are off for longs, and we should see some momentum to the downside. No, I haven't gone through any cryptocurrencies. Sadaka had so many losses these days. Yep, I am in a drawdown, man. But which is fine, I am still profitable on the long term. But if this little stretch of losses hurt you like that, you should definitely look at how you're managing your risk, because it shouldn't be a problem. Right, we are 6 minutes away from the release of the CBC or the consumer confidence. Yes, Ethereum is on fire. We are still very much long Ethereum with the swing trading group. This is our trade, and we are still long. We're still long milking this. Our stop losses are right here below this level, and we are still milking this long. So Bitcoin on the other hand has not broken through. Yes, Quentin, it's all about the long game. So Bitcoin has not broken through this level just yet. Yeah, I'll do the UK 100 too, of course, the FTSE. So what to do with Bitcoin other than wait, right? So on the daily, this is a massive level, you know. But let's have a look at the 4-hour chart or the 2-hour chart or so, you know. Yeah, this can be, I mean, this could look like a flag, but it's not a flag in my opinion. Just, the actual very nice buy that we missed in Bitcoin was this at the bottom of last week. To me, there is absolutely nothing to do here other than wait for the possible breakout of the 51,000 level. And if Bitcoin breaks with the 51,000 level, then this is where we should be looking for longs. Not before, not after, but there. Just a quick look at gold. Gold breaking that ABC, about to break that ABC pullback pattern that we were discussing. Very, very, very nice rally in gold. Congratulations to everybody. That was earlier on the show when we were discussing possible buys in gold at these lows. Right. Ripple. Now I hate Ripple. Having said that, I bought Ripple. I bought this breakout in Ripple. This is the breakout in Ripple that I bought and I sold here. Oh, right. So in my opinion, we still need another leg up and down before Ripple breaks. I mean, and that is just very, very, very random, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle. But you know, we've had three fake outs out of the 130 levels. So to me, Ripple is not in play. UK 100. I mean, equities to me are not. Equities to me are not in play at the moment. Ugh. You know, this is the 4-hour chart. Let's look at the daily chart here. I mean, this level was and is going to be a massive level of resistance for this market, right? If price drops to the 68.10 level or so, this should be a level that I would be considering buys, but not anytime soon. And of course, not during this sharpness. I already took a loss for trading this non-directional market on the daily, but on the 2-hour chart, you know, it looked very, very good, you know. But again, this is a non-directional range. You shouldn't be touching that. I don't know about Stellar. I don't trade Stellar. So we are less than a minute away. Oh boy. We are less than a minute away, a minute and a half away from the consumer confidence numbers. So why don't we do ahead and do the Euro GBP very fast. So the Euro GBP, I just closed a long that I had on the Euro GBP, right? The same long that I had with you, only that I bought first here and then I bought here with you guys, right? I closed on the VIP team here, but I held on to my personal longs in the Euro GBP. But today, when price engulfed, or we had that 2-hour almost engulfing bearish candle, I decided to close my longs on the Euro GBP. This market is looking very overbought, you know, and leaning over that support on this structure. Already faked out of it a couple of times, so be careful with that. Let's have a look at this. All right, 30 seconds away. 30 seconds away. Do you know that song? Right, so that's a Euro GBP. Yeah, my GBP CAD short got stopped out, sadly, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so okay, should be out now. Consumer confidence. Whoa, I think we got a, US dollar is crashing. That's a bad number. That's a big bad number. So yeah, let's just ride those US dollar Mexican pesos to to profits. Hopefully, I'm not going to be touching anything else. The pound US dollar is going to rally on that note. Gold is going to rally on that note. The DXY is going to be dropping on that note. The pound yen, I am going to hold on for a little bit. Those shorts, I'm not short those sell stops that I sent you guys, but you know, it's pretty non-directional, and I don't think we're going to get any momentum to the downside because of the yen. Oh, the yen is rallying actually at the moment. Pretty nice. So if the yen breaks with yesterday's highs, we are going. I mean, if the yen breaks with yesterday's highs, there's a high probability that we're going to get some bullish momentum in this market, and possible another spike up, just the ones that we have seen back in historic price action. So that's the reason that I'm pretty much just holding on to those sell stops on the pound yen. You know, that's a Japanese yen driven trade, not a US dollar driven trade. On the contrary, that US dollar, that pound US dollar is a US dollar driven trade, and that US dollar Mexican peso is a US dollar driven trade. So we're going to hold on to those trades whilst we can, right? If the Mexican peso breaks with today's lows, which are around the 20.06 level or so, I will be moving my stops to break even, or maybe just above those highs. But that is if, right? That is if. So heads up to that. Again, congratulations to everybody on that gold train. That was a pretty obvious one, ABC pullback move. We are still not out of the waters yet. We need that B wave to break in order for that continuation pattern to be in play. Again, if you took those buys here, congratulations. You know, I was already long, so no needed to add to my position. Brazil in the house. You are welcome, Leon. CB. What is CB, mate? CBD. Wow, that's a beautiful move in the US dollar. Or in gold, right? So I think I'm gonna end up the stream here. I've been live for an hour. Thank you for joining me, guys. Again, congratulations to everybody on board of that on board of that gold long. Just to recapitulate on possible targets to the upside, right? Heads up to those to last month's highs. This is going to be a very hard area for buyers to break through. Just heads up to that area. I am targeting that area myself, you know, so I don't understand what you're saying, Alan. So yeah, heads up to that. Plus that's around the 161.8 of the flag, so pretty obvious bullish targets, you know. Again, we need that B wave, the top of that B wave to break in order to get real momentum to the upside. But if you are on that bull train and you took that buys when I was saying that this would be the bottom of the pullback, then you might consider, you know, just going risk free on that trade. Just maybe. But again, thank you for joining me, guys. And you know, trade safe. Remember, this is the last week of summer trading. Volume is going to come back next week, thank God. You know, don't let my Instagram username is learn to trade. Yeah, the news just came out. Yeah, that's right. Consumer confidence. Yeah, consumer confidence. Yeah, very bad numbers. I don't know, mate. I don't know, Hussein. I don't know. Just follow price action. You know, make your decisions. I don't know if it's going to break this flag or if it's not. But again, to all of you joining me, thank you again for joining me. I really enjoy these streams. You know, don't let a little bit of a drawdown scare you out of trading. You know, just do the work. Just do the work and make optimal decisions, and and understand if your system is profitable in the long term, right? So thank you for joining me, and guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.